Home court advantage here, huh?
I mean, you could say that, but I think half the start field is got the same advantage. It's definitely a lot of people who spend a fair bit of time training here. So, yeah, I mean, it's good to know what to expect on the course. But yeah, there's a lot of people that do have the same.
You're sitting first place in the Pro Series after your win in Chattanooga. Do you feel extra pressure now sitting at number 1?
I don't think it adds extra pressure at this point. There's still a lot of racing to do. I think if anybody thought that nothing was going to shake up by the end of the year, they're kind of nuts. There's going to be a lot of racing. Kansas not too far away. That's another big point race, and so there's going to be a lot of jostling around. It comes down to executing a good season. It's not going to be one great race. I had a good one in Chattanooga. Now I need to put together, hopefully 3 or 4 more good races and race some of the early season scores that I had. So that's the focus. And, obviously that's my goal for the year is to maintain, the top or near the top of the series. But, when it comes down to it, you got to focus on executing, not focus on the end result.
Tell us about the run course that you just did. We were on the Boulder 70.3 run course. Kind of take us through the run and dynamics that it might play into the race.
Yeah, I've never done a race that was mostly on gravel actually. So I've spent the last couple weeks getting a few runs on this course with a longer stride that kind of gets punished a little bit on the gravel because you put so much force on the ground. So you lose a little bit there. So I was just kind of playing around to see how it felt, and I think overall it felt I'll be all right. The course itself, they definitely some rollers and some uphill kickers near the end of each lap, so that could make for some drama and some fun if there's some close battles near the end. The hills at the end are always a little cheeky, and people who go from feeling really good to not feeling pretty good, especially if it's a windy day like this, those uphills will be against the wind. And it'll just create some drama, hopefully. That's fun for everyone to watch.
How does it feel to be back in Boulder?
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to be back. I didn't realize how much I missed it here until I came back. It's beautiful here, it's perfect for training. You've got everything you need, and so many athletes around, it makes it really motivating. So it's a really nice place to be. Yeah, I mean, the beauty of Boulder is that you always have someone to train with if you want to, and then everyone respects the fact that if you want to train alone, that's okay too. There's something really nice about having like-minded people around you that make a place really inviting and makes people come back. And obviously it's a mecca for triathlon, so that's always a draw card as well.
About the bike course, is it hilly, is it flat here in Boulder, and also how is it going to play to your strengths, and which part of the course will play to your strengths?
This course is really, really suitable for me because it's a real biker's game. I think the first 10K out of transition and up towards the Broadway lights, that's really where the moves are going to be made. The majority of the course is actually slightly downhill, so it does have a few little punchy climbs, but the first substantial 10K is really the part where you really have to put some power down. The run course itself is, it's off-road, so for someone who likes running on dirt or off-road, it's going to play into their favor a little bit. That's actually not me. So I've had to do a lot of work the last 3 weeks to practice getting my footing right and practice running in the hard-packed dirt. It's not too bad though, so I have raced here many times before, so I'm quite used to the run course.
Who are you most excited to race against here in Boulder?
There's a couple of dark horses racing here. We've got a couple girls stepping up for their first 70.3s, but we've also got some seasoned athletes as well. We've got Jodie Stimpson, Lesley Smith, Sif Madsen as well. I think she's going to be another key player, especially on the swim bike. Going to be an exciting race. Don't really know what's going to happen, so we'll just wait and see.
Tell us, who are you, where are you from? Everyone's so curious.
I'm a simple mortal with the fastest legs in triathlon. Soy Tomas Rodríguez, soy de León, Guanajuato, y vine a Boulder a ganar. Creo que llevo un gran peso encima, no solo por mi país, sino por todo un lenguaje que es habla hispana. Entonces creo que eso es lo que llevo encima, es una gran responsabilidad para mí. My goal for this race is run fast, maybe around T1:08 and win the race. Soy muy buen corredor, soy buen nadador y no soy mal ciclista, entonces creo que eso es lo que me hace bueno. I'm very confident in my performance and yeah.
For some clarification, after Ironman Texas, in your interview, everyone was wondering if you said F your titles boy or F your tired legs.
No, tired body. Not tired boy, not tired legs, tired body. Yeah, but tired body it's part of my character. Yeah, I'm more confident than cocky.
Trevor Foley, Matt Hanson, Sam Eppo, Cam Worth.
Yep.
Are you afraid of any of those guys? Are you concerned about any of the guys in the field?
No, maybe Matt Hanson is a dangerous guy, but anybody not. Only Matt Hanson, because he's a great runner, and yeah. I come into Boulder to win the race and run fast.
I'm feeling pretty good coming into Boulder 70.3. I did Ironman Texas at the end of April. After that took a big down week and rested because Ironmans take, a while to recover from. And then, I've just been kind of freshening up and, feeling pretty good in my training. This week I've kind of had that feeling of like taper, lethargic. I think I'm getting over it. It was mostly the past couple days. It is a real thing, so PSA on that. But I am feeling pretty good, and it's always nice to race here and sleep in my own bed.
Yeah, so talking about a home race, how does it feel, one, to be at a home race, you're sleeping in your own bed, and then also just having the atmosphere of friends and family out on the race course?
I love the atmosphere. Honestly, it's not a very exciting course for me which is a good thing because it's less stressful. Like, I know every single turn on the bike. I ride these roads all the time. I run at the res all the time. So in a way, it's a little bit boring, but in a good way for me because, it's really nice to just know what's coming up next and to be 100% prepared for the course. So that's nice. And then, there's always, I hear my name a lot more at this race than any other race because I've lived here now 10 years. So, I see a lot of people I know out there, triathlon friends in general. And it's always a good experience. And I'm not a huge fan of predicting too much about myself or anyone ahead of time because I could just go down a rabbit hole on that mentally. So I kind of try not to think about that. So because of that, I can't give a great answer, but on the spot, I will say, I think it's a really fast course, especially on the bike. I think the run, I wouldn't call it a fast course, and there are some hills. I don't think it's anything crazy, but I do think the bike is going to be very fast because you have thinner air. It's always going to be harder to race at altitude, no matter how much you acclimate, no matter how long you live here. So I think that's something that, whether you're from Colorado or coming in for the race, just kind of expecting that and knowing that if it feels a little harder, especially personally, I would say on the swim and the run, that's normal and it's part of the race.